This is just preventative. Last thing you want is you have to open up the cooling system at a later time to replace a faulty sensor. A little bit of rubber grease on the O-ring. You can use coolant as well. The clip can be reused as long as it's in good shape. The nice part about the vacuum system you see the hoses are starting to collapse. All fairly collapsed. Nice part about the vacuum system is if there's a leak, the system won't hold vacuum, so then that gives you a chance to look for leaks before putting coolant into the system. So if the thermostat flange were leaking right now, sucking air so to speak, that needle would drop or go back into the red zone. So it's holding steady right now, so I know there's no leaks. And then all I do is let the vacuum suck the coolant in. You see the system filling up with coolant. The hoses are going to start to swell. Hoses are filling. Suck a little bit of air here so that the fluid level drops. That should be good. I'm sure there are a variety of manufacturers that make this. This one happens to be Snap-on. Either manufacturer product will probably work. RADKITPLUSA or USA, RADKITPL USA. Okay, run the engine, make sure the lower radiator hose gets warm, which indicates thermostat opens, and then also that both fans come on. If the fans don't come on, check your fuses. This one here is usually the radiator fuse. Check it for burnt connections, very common. If you have power here but no power here, you've got a bad connection there. Always monitor coolant temperature, either using the dash or with the scan tool. I've mentioned it before as well, make sure that coolant returns into the bottle. You use a little mirror to check for coolant returning. The higher the RPM, the more coolant will flow back into the bottle. If you don't see coolant flowing back into the bottle, you have a restriction in the hose. Just follow the hose and then you'll get to junctions. There could be a plug here. There's a T-piece here. So check for any restriction you might have. And always check this O-ring as well. If it's not seating correctly, you can have venting issues. So it's only at 60. This lower hose should stay cool to the touch at least until 90 degrees, 92 degrees. And at about 97 degrees is when the radiator fans come on. To help the engine warm quicker, you can see even though it says 90 degrees on the dash, it's 81 that the computer sees. To aid in warming up quicker, I like to use the pedal assist buddy or whatever you want to call it. I usually go to about 2000 RPM, that's really all that's needed. Sometimes tricky to get it there with drive-by-wire. You want to also make sure that you get heat out of the system. As long as you get heat out of the vents, you know your water pump is pumping. There's no flow control valve on those heater hoses, so there should be no reason why you should not get any heat when the engine's running, especially at close to 2000 RPM. 82 degrees. So as you can see, the upper radiator hose, that's my hand here. Upper radiator hose is nice and warm. The lower hose, which is right here, you can see my hand is orange. That's my hand, but the hose itself is still quite dark. That's the return hose, intake manifold. .81 degrees. That's my arm. You see the oil filter. That's the oil filter right there. That's the heater hose just going to the oil cooler. The lower hose is still dark. That's it right here. Thermostat is still closed. 83 degrees. Always check for leaks. You can see the temperature gauge in the dash always at 90. 86. 87. It's an 87 degree thermostat. So the thermostat should be opening soon. Hose is still cold to the touch. That's my finger. That's the hose. See the radiator starting to get warm. $90 degrees. Lower radiator hose still cold to the touch. That's my finger. Lower hose here, you can see it's starting to get warm. There's a cold spot here still, but it is getting warm right here. All of this area is going to be red soon. Sorry. You can see right there, that's the only cold spot that's going to fill up soon. 91. Still at 90. Don't need this anymore. Lower hose is now warm. You can see the steam coming up from where I washed the engine with water. At 96, 97, the fan should come on. Still no leaks, which is good. $94. $95. Any second. $96. $97, and the fan just came on, or both fans. Thanks for watching.